Growing up skateboarding in the 2010s era, going to a skate shop was always one of my favorite things to do. You'd show up there, you'd get your maybe even first skate set up. You'd hang out in there, you'd meet the skate shop owner, and before you knew it, maybe 4 hours went by. And hey, maybe you met a couple friends. Maybe you got closer with the owner. And maybe this even became the skate shop that you started to regularly attend. And I'd say this consumed a better part of me as I grew up skateboarding. But nowadays we are in 2025 and we are seeing a litany of different skate shops closing. I want to talk about all of that in this video and tell you why these skate shops that were once open and very popular may not seem quite as popular today in the grand scheme of things, and why they're closing. Because I think we all enjoy a skate shop, so it seems very counterintuitive. Let's dive into this. One of my own personal first memories of seeing a skate shop close in front of my own eyes was in 2018. A skate shop that I went to for the better part of my childhood. I believe it was like even 2012, maybe in 2011 that I was going there. Was called Yeah Board Shop. This is a shop that was located out of Bartlett, Illinois, that if you were in the Chicagoland area, there's a good likelihood you knew about it. Back in 2018, Steve Davenport, who owned it, put up this post that said, "We're going out of business. May 31st, this was of 2018, will be our last day. I want to thank everyone for your loyalty and support for this 10-year run." That right there, I think, is a good standing number, although I 100% wish he could have held on to this longer. But just below this, you see him right, "We're doing a liquidation sale and everything has to go." And you can see right here the same sentiment in the comments is shared. People are saying, "I can't get over this. Shop is an error of itself. Thanks for being a great mentor for all skaters. You guys have been the best." There's like people saying the crying emoji. A lot of these people grew up going to this shop and now feel that they may not have what was maybe a third place to them, or they might not have that same kind of interaction or same place to go to get that skate set up, and have to find either somewhere else to go, or if this is now making skate shops out of their reach, they're with no actual shop to attend now. This is my first memory of it. Real quickly, hit that subscribe button if you're enjoying this video. All right, back to the video. But in recent times, the reason why I'm bringing this story up today is because another local skate shop in our area, FA Skate Shop, put up this post that said, "For sale, ... A friend of mine quickly reminded me that this is not the only case, that this happened quite frequently even in 2024, and there's been a couple other shops that have close their doors. So we're going to get into that in this video, but I want to quickly show you this FA Skate Shop situation. It's called FA Skates 85 because they've been open since 85, so it's been a good 40-year run. This is like a historical skate shop. From the time that I've known about it, I've always known it to be owned by a guy named John Schmolt. And this place is definitely also another spot that a lot of the Midwest skaters, even people that have now gone off to California that you've seen in like big video parts online, etc., are people that have grown up going to this skate shop. This skate shop, same as Yeah Board Shop, held a nice little place for the better part of the Chicagoland community to go hang out, have a good time. So seeing this post right here, for sale in 2025, when this place has been open since 85, is seriously so sad to see. And Ray says, "Are you closing for good? Selling the business in your location? What's going on? Been here since I was like 6, this person said. Now, he put up another post right here. It says, "As it stands right now, we'll be closing up shop at the end of the month. Our lease has unfortunately come to an end as the weather is..." Now, I want to address that real quickly. Both of these skate shops I've shown you so far have been in the Midwest, specifically the Chicagoland area. Unlike being in California, the weather out here, we go through like 6-month periods where it's just brutally cold, and so it causes a lot of people to not skate. Now, fortunate, for us in the Chicago area, we have Fargo Skateboarding, which a lot of skaters go there in the winter. For some, it's dry. For some, it's close. And that has been a huge blessing to the skate community, especially here in the Chicagoland area. But aside from that, I'm talking about local skate parks for everybody. They close their gates. Not only they close their gates, but they just get snow on them, and we battle weather. Skate shops also feel this on their end because as a result of people not really skating, it causes people to not want to go to a skate shop as their board may or may not have just been sitting there or not getting as much use as it might in the summer when the local skate parks or street spots are dry for them to go film their parts. Now, having said that, this FA Skate Shop, much like Board Shop, is also an online shop. As I'm filming this, this is him right here saying, we're battling to stay open while plus an extremely slow winter has put us in a tough spot. We have 1 week to decide if we are staying or going. Having said that, if I get this video out in time, I'm going to put FA Skate Shop's link down in the description below. So if you need a new skate setup or whatever, I highly recommend you go check out that link and get yourself a setup there. Even if you're local, head on over to it. If you're not, get your setup from there. Help support them. Help keep the local skate community alive. We're really trying to do our best here to keep things running. And by we're, I mean like just as a community, we want to help keep what was the original place that got us on a board and made us new friends. And he says right here, regardless of the outcome, we always love Illinois skateboarding. Prizes, let's go. Weather's about to break. Summer's coming. Skateboards will be needed. And you can see right here a lot of people have this similar sentiment as the board shop thing, like, oh man, I was hoping you at least make it till the end of when I'm in town. We hope you stay. Austin right said, you've done so much for everyone. Now it's time to return the favor, whether you stay or not. This is pretty heartbreaking. I am going to go there in the next 30 minutes. But that aside, as I mentioned, this is not the only situation. And you're going to ask yourself, well, hey, you didn't answer the goal question to why I came to this video. Why are skate shops dying? Well, I think it is a litany of different reasons. If you look on why are skate shops dying in 2024, it gives you a bunch of different key contributing factors. There's like online shop dominance, direct-to-consumer sales, large retailers selling skate gear, economic pressures, which is a very real thing. He said for sale, more than likely because of, the ability to not only just sell product, but also on top of it, you have to make enough money to be able to keep up with the increasing rent prices of these locations. And that is certainly an economic factor. High overhead costs. These are all very valid reasons. Now, I did see this video. It says, why skate shops are dying by Shred Shop. I actually really like this channel. Let's check out this section of his video real quickly because I think this small little snippet gives us a good insight. And then I'm going to get right into the other skate shops that have just also recently closed and show you some more examples.
For the following decade, it leads us to the 2020s, and we start to see the death by direct-to-consumer. Before, the brands needed the skate shop to get the product to the consumer. This also helped build the skateboard community. But because of the internet and because of different apps and all that sorts of stuff, the brands were starting to cut out the skate shop and starting to sell direct-to-consumer. And people love convenience, so they can go on their phones and they can order straight from the brand, rather than having to go down the street to the store. This definitely hurt a lot of the skate shops because
even seeing things as bad as people ordering like cheap skate product off of TikTok. I'm seeing people order like rip-off wheels and things of that nature on things like Amazon. Now, can you sit here and blame people for that? Not necessarily. I think it's just what we've been given. Do I support people that go ahead and do that and recommend people do that? No, I obviously recommend you go to the skate shop instead of the corporate brand like Zoomies or whatever, or instead of like some off-market thing that's just a nobody. Of course, I want you to go to the skate shop. But what I'm saying here is a lot of people also, due to the rise in price of things with our economy, which economy, as you guys know, goes, so all of this thing I'm talking about is not just like, oh, skateboarding's over, it's done. It's like one of those things where it's like, this is going to happen. Skate shops are going to go like this, and then eventually maybe some will peak back in, and then some will close. It's a very like wavy looking metric there. But having said that, the reason I was talking about how you can't really blame people is because people also don't just have unlimited funds to spend. A lot of people are just working either like paycheck to paycheck. A lot of people don't just have money just to throw at, skate supply, especially when they're in their own dire need of cash. And skateboarding's always been kind of built off of it's like you work, and if you have the extra funds, like skateboarding is always like that extra fun thing in your life that if you have time for it, you go and do. That is also due to when people are online and people are shopping, they see, oh shoot, I can get a wheel that's similar to the Bones wheel that's 48 for like 26 on Amazon. Like, why would I spend that money? But you're inadvertently hurting the local skate shop owners. And it's sad. It's really sad.
Because a lot of the owners maybe weren't very tech savvy, or they didn't have the resources to build a good website. We're not necessarily going to whine. We understand it's business. Why wouldn't a shoe company sell directly to the consumer and make double the profit? But in turn, what they can hurt is the skateboard community, boots on the ground in every town around the entire world, because they aren't the ones shaking hands, high-fiving, teaching skateboarding and building skateboarding. On the other hand, we totally understand skateboard shops need to get their stuff together. They need to get tech savvy, get online, sell on apps, do all that kinds of stuff. But the crazy thing is it's starting to come full circle. The more that brands go direct to consumer, the more.
And if this stuff doesn't make sense to you, how it works is these brands have to sell their product to a skate shop. So that means that they're working a deal between them where the skate shop can still have some overhead, but due to that lost income right there, they then have to tack on a price that's just a little higher so that they can make just a little bit more overhead. This is like a very typical business thing. If they sold it for the exact same price that they then got it from the brand for, it would just be an even split, and then they wouldn't be able to actually make any profit. It's just simple business. This is not like the fault of a skate shop owner and like, oh, these skate shop owners are such bad guys for this or bad girls or whatever. Like, no. That's just simple business.
Shops will die, and then when shops die, the skateboard community dies, and then less people are getting into skateboarding, and then the brands have less consumers.
And this is a perfect depiction right here. Less skate community equals less skaters. I cannot recall a certain time where I felt that there was like community going to something like a Zoomies or a corporate skate shop. It's one of those stores that like you once went in and then you bought your thing from the guy who definitely did not skate, and then you were out. The cool thing about a lot of the skate shop owners is that they skate themselves. They're probably teaching skating. They probably know other people in the skate industry or have got you your foot in the door at some place or another, or they've done something to help your life out directly. That's not an experience you get from something like a Zoomies.
Sell to. It's basically a snake eating its own tail. Now, what we're not saying is that just go and spend your money frivolously at the skate shop for stuff you don't need. But if you believe in the skateboard community and you have a skateboard shop that supports the skateboard community for you and your city and the city around it, go and buy your gear there.
Yep. And that is exactly my point. Okay, now let's talk about this. So there was a skate shop right here called Top of the World Skate and Snow that was based out of Ontario that a lot of people have been talking about that closed recently. They said, it's with a heavy heart that we announce the closure of the Top of the World. After the years of dedicated service, we have made a difficult decision to shut down our operations. Our final day of business will be September 27, 2024. Top has always been a passion project for us, and we've dedicated probably more time, love, and effort and energy to it than we should have. But it was just a job, but a family home. The last few years have been a challenge. Throughout the pandemic, we worked 6 days a week for over a year, took out loans. Wow, that's crazy. To secure the employment of the staff. The arrival of the product, we hand-delivered every order across the city until we were able to reopen. These choices all look like the correct path post-pandemic, but in the last 18 months, the truth of our situation revealed. The exceptionally poor winter last year, again, Midwest. Well, Ontario, it's up north. The weather gets pretty crazy out there as well. Right here, they said the poor winter season last year, the current challenges, the global market, the shifting consumer preferences, the inflationary pressures, and the high costs associated with the pandemic that load have made, and the high cost associated with the pandemic debt load have made the choice clear. We want to extend our heartfelt thanks to exceptional staff members over the years. Tireless efforts and unwavering dedication have been the backbone of our shop. And again, you can see people sharing the same sentiment in the comments here. It's been some of the biggest impact on Canadian skateboard culture. It's undeniable. Thank you for that and for the positive note. They also had wrote right here, we wish to express our sincere gratitude to our valued customers for the support over the years. Serving and being part of the journey has been an honor. We take pride in the role we played in the Ottawa skate and snowboard landscape and the connections we built. While we deeply are saddened by the closure of the skate shop, we hold dear to our memories, relationships, and experiences we gained. They'll forever cherish as we move forward. They're suggesting you go support other local shops in the area. But you can see just by going in the comments, like what an impact these skate shops have had on people. And you can see how upset people are over this. Now, is this the only one? No. You had a woman-owned skate shop over here, KCDC Skate Shop, 26 weeks ago. So this is September 3rd, 2024. They wrote, the physical doors of KCDC Skate Shop closed this past weekend, but the impact it had in New York and the skate community will never be forgotten. Thank you to Amy Gunder. Thank you to Amy for your love and special power, bringing the people together, making them feel welcome. You continue to inspire me every day. Skate shops are tough business, but you and your team powered through them for 24 years. So, mind you, this is a very, very long time. And did these skate shop owners go through struggles in those 24 years? Yes, of course they did. They weren't just floating, smooth sailing, all is good and green pastures around them. Like, no. These people fought, like, for their lives to keep these shops open through the economic waves I was talking about earlier. Unwavering grace and compassion. This is what will be remembered. Big love to the gang at the shop. You all have become family, and I'm grateful for your friendships. I'm looking forward to the next chapter, wherever it goes. KCDC forever. And I'm going to take a wild stab that I think they had comments off. But you can see right here, this is another skate community. I think that we're like slowly, it's sad, but like in the skateboard world, you hang with your friends, you go to the skate park, and the skate shop is kind of that like third place for us, really. So it's deeply sad to see that, honestly. And you can see here someone in the forum right here said, went to KCDC today. It's one of the main skate shops in Brooklyn. But today was their last day at this brick and mortar location because apparently their rent was raised 200% and they couldn't afford it anymore. That's a huge hike on rent. And this is no surprise. This is something that happens across the board for skate shop owners that have a brick and mortar location. Rent will go up and they have to be able to keep up with it. Therefore, maybe sell things for a little bit more, maybe make more product, be kind of like inventing new ways to make sales. They have to kind of go above and beyond just the normal, let's be a skate shop and sell things and sit here and wait for people to come in the door. They have to constantly be finding new ways to be selling to even people outside of just the direct skate market. They have to maybe do some like collaborations. There's different ways that people go about this in order to try to make an attempt to keep their doors open just to be able to pay even the bill for the rent, which is a huge thing. And there's also, you have to keep up with things. There's a litany of different bills associated with it. Now over here, I also saw this. Basement Skate has closed down. Thank you for all the love and support over the past 11 years. Thank you to staff and riders over the years. It was one hell of a ride, and I wish you all the best in life. To our amazing customers who support us and other local skate shops, you guys are the real deal. Thank you to all the brands and distributions that made it happen. Much love and peace. Goodbye, and be good to each other. Skateboarding for life. This was based out of Australia. So an example that's not in the Midwest, but had their struggles and couldn't quite make it through. I never actually heard of this until I started doing research on closed skate shops. But yeah, someone said first ups, now basement. So maybe this was a second skate shop that closed in recent times. This was also a 2024 closure of a skate shop. But I cannot stress this enough. Skate shops are so vitally important to the skate community. If anything I said in this video already didn't make sense to you, then I'd recommend to go back and watch it because skate shops shape who we are. Skate shops are a place that we go to get the setup, make friends. Maybe you're having a bad day. You go there and you get to talk with someone about it. It's a great outlet for all of us skaters, and we desperately need them. And speaking of skate shops that we need, the one that I regularly attend, right now is Fargo Skateboarding in DeKalb, Illinois. It was once small town before this, and now it's, obviously you guys have known it's been Fargo. She has a skate shop and she has a skate park. So you can only imagine the kind of bills and things that are associated with that, as she has essentially 2 brick and mortar things to be able to keep up with. Having said that, I'm also going to put the information for Fargo in the description, links, etc. Local skate shops in the Midwest are something we need to go to, support, and stop buying things online unless it's at the actual skate shop. So I highly recommend actually going in person. And I also, as I already stated earlier in the video, go to FA Skate Shop if you catch this video. I'm hoping it does not close up for good. I'm hoping we can save it. If we don't, though, you have now at this point 6, maybe even 5 days by the time I post this to go buy some product at FA. I'll also put the link to FA down in the description. And hopefully you enjoyed this video and got something to take from it. Again, support local, gotta save these places, okay? With that said, I will talk to you guys later. Hit that subscribe button if you're new here. All right, bye.